Careful, little lad. I think we'll go Roos way as usual, just because it's a bit of a better road, a bit more interesting to ride. I think I might just decrease the preload on the front. Feels a bit hard. I backed it off of the rear because I'm not carrying a passenger currently and I'm not carrying luggage. The back end feels a little bit better, but front just feels a bit shaky. I mean, it's good at, you know, going through corners. It feels amazing. But yeah, it's just a bit bangy on what, you know, looks like a fairly unbumpy road. Should have reset my trip meter, which I should really do while I'm moving. Which I'm gonna. It's just got the wrong way up the thing. You're not supposed to go that way, sir. Oh, it'd have to get warm on this bike. Oh man, smell of wood smoke. Oh god, it just takes me back to my childhood. It's noisy up here. I think on the way back I'm going to move the camera down and see if it's any better down there, but I'll use the, I don't know where I'm going to attach it now, but I'll use the little thing that I've got, see if I can, there must be an, oh look at that, sunshine, glorious. I'll take that for 30 seconds. He was on a FIFA. well, I'm not sure if it's worth me speaking much about the VFR, but I should, because it's amazing. And I suppose the reason I wasn't going to say much about it is because almost everything's already been said. It's widely regarded as being a good quality motorcycle. It rides well. It's a lovely engine. People with more eloquent mouths than mine will have done a better job of describing its joys, but you know, I'll have a go in my rough and rudimentary way. Well, I'll start off by saying I've always been a fan of V4s. I just think of all the engines, apart from two-strokes, I really do love two-strokes as well, especially how you tuned ones for pipes. But as regards four-strokes go, you cannot get much better than a V4 in a motorcycle. And apart from a triple, which I have never ridden, I've never ridden a triple. I've ridden V-twins, parallel twins, fours, and singles. But out of all of them, the V4 was always the one that A, sounded the best, B, just had torque for days. So when I was figuring out what was going to be my next bike, I had already made my mind up what it was. And I kind of made my mind up when I was 16. So, what's that, 39 years ago, when the VFR800 first came out, I thought, I want me some of that. But I was 16, and I didn't have a full license. I wouldn't have a full license until really 11 years later, because life changed. You end up moving away from biking. All your mates grow up, they all get rid of their bikes and they get cars. You settle down with a girl. And then when I was 27, I thought, you know, I have not shook this bug, nor will I ever. So I need to start thinking about getting a bike. And the bike that I wanted was a 350LC, and to ride that, obviously needed to do my test. So I went and did that. That was a great experience. All very different from when I was young, because you had to do it on a DAS bike, 600cc and stuff. And passed that first term, and literally came home from the place in a taxi, jumped on my 350, well, insured my 350LC, taxed it, and shot off. Never looked back. Pretty sure I didn't use an indicator then. And I loved that little bike. I loved that 350LC. That's why I got the Duke, to try and replicate its joys, which it did to a degree. But I just had this mind that I'd like to have done a bit more distance, and I couldn't really do the distance on the Duke, mostly because of the lack of any wind protection. 60 mile an hour for hours on an end, it really was tiring. Although very comfortable, especially with the arms, it was just, you just ended up fatigued. So decided to part exchange the Duke and a bit of cash and buy myself a VFR. Literally no regrets. I only picked it up yesterday, or should I say, it got delivered yesterday. Took it on a shakedown run last night. About 92 miles, I think, altogether. And I'm not going to lie, by the end of it, my arms was in bits. Just because I'm not used to leaning over. I haven't ridden my Fireblade since, gosh, when was the last time I rode it? It was for the, how was that? That was my microphone whizzing about like an idiot. Okay, that's less than ideal. Oh no, it's the wire. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's also less than ideal. Right. Probably just messing the camera up as well. Have I still got my thing on? Yeah, I still got my thing on. It was my wire. Oh no, my wire. It's gone. It's gone. Well, this was probably the most dangerous flying ball in the history of flying balls. So I may have to pull over and adjust, which I am going to do forthwith at the next junction. May even attach it to my coat. Mind you, it's just going to pull off in it. Right. Oh, I thought there was a junction around here, and there isn't. So I'll have to. Somebody's driveway. You can't put in there. Well, it's just going to have to dangle about. This is actually really nice because you can just stay in 6th gear and the power is so low down because of the VTEC and the fact that it keeps 2 of the valves shut on the cylinders until 8,000. It just gives you lots of grunt. You really don't need to downshift at all. He says, and then downshifts. I can't imagine there's going to be many people here tonight. It would have been a bit cloudy. And comparatively not chilly, but I would say it was warm. But it's not unpleasant. It'd be just nice if the sun was out. I always think it's nice when you go through a place that you go through regularly, or have done going through regularly on a new bike. Oof, spiders. Penis has gotten up, that's going to fall off. Well, I could have done without all of these cars on the next stretch, but it is what it is. In fact, I might even pull over. Is there a bus stop or a pull in? There is, yeah. I'm going to pull over and I'm going to clip my mic on something. Clip it underneath. I'm not even sure if I actually clipped it back on when I put my helmet on after stopping. Let's just nip in here. Let's just nip in here. Aha. Because it's actually come off. Right, it's going to have to live there. This is out the wind. Clear. I need a wee. Luckily, there's toilets. I'm going to have 2 mics in my helmet now. This is going to be a strange audio because all you're going to hear is me rabbiting and no noises from the motorcycle, which is a shame. Tomorrow, when my SD card comes, I'll be able to run both cameras and then pick whichever audio is best. Oh, 350 power valve. Cannot beat that. Beautiful. Somebody at the side of the road, don't run out in front of me, don't be a suicide. It's certainly a bit more chilled out on the VFR, and I suppose it's supposed to be. But if I'd have been on the Duke, I'd have been really eager to get past these cars and start, you know, rapping along. Same would probably have on the Firebird. But on this, I'm just like, yeah, it's fine. That's handy. Driving along on a potato in the middle of the road. I mean, I say potato, it's a scooter. And here we are, Costa del Withernsea. favourite haunt on a Thursday evening for the Bikers Night. It's incredible, well, not incredible, it's probably the wrong word. It's notable that over the years how bikers meets have changed as regards to the bikes that people turn up on. When I was 30, you would go to a biker's pub or a biker's cafe or whatever, and it was majority sports bikes. And then over the past, good lord, 25 years, that has slowly morphed into adventure bikes. Most people are on adventure bikes now, or tourers. And you do see sports bikes, they do exist. But they are not in the numbers that they used to be. And I've thought, why is that? And is it because there aren't the same numbers of young people coming up through the ranks, getting a moped at 16 and a 125 at 17, and passing the test when you're 18 or 19 or whatever, and basically doing your apprenticeship, working your way up through your bike sizes until you finally end up, when you're 30 or close to it, a superbike, 1000cc, if that's your thing. I don't know whether there's enough new blood coming into the game. Speaking for myself, being brought up in the 80s, all of my friends had motorbikes. I mean, I say that it's probably because that's why they were my friends, because they had motorbikes. But nearly everybody was. It was the first thing they did when they was 10, 16 was get a moped, RD50 or something, or a TS50, and then 125s at 17. RDs. It was mostly RDs, to be fair. Most of my friends had RD 125s. It certainly was the bike to get. There was a couple of people who had MTXs and stuff, and MTXs are nice little bikes, but I've never really been into the kind of motocrosser style, apart from actual motocrossers, because they're insane and they're good fun to drive. Drive. Yeah, I think there's a lot of hobbies that are not getting the new blood in them, and they are going to slowly die. It should be a damn shame, but what's the future of petrol vehicles anyway? Are they all going to be outlawed? Everything's got to be electric? I don't know where I'm going to put the batteries on this. I think it'll be at some point that motorcyclists will be the only people riding motorcycles left. Oh my days, there's a fair there now, so we can't park. Shite. Looks like I'm parking up there then, doesn't it? This is going to be fun.